And here we are, live in video.
Weird. New format.
Yeah. But it's good.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
I mean, I've got this camera. Why?
Might as well fucking use it.
Yeah.
Did you hear the fucking news?
Oh, I heard the news. I heard the news. Are you talking about
the third time this fucking idiot has COVID?
I thought it was twice.
He ran from something 3 times, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming that maybe it's only twice. I don't know, but it was 3. Well, maybe that one time he was
He ran from
isolating
the
as a precaution. Yeah, from the truckers. And there was a time shortly before that, or was it after? I don't know. I can't remember. The guy's had it so many fucking times I can't even recall.
Yeah.
And the bitch is out there promoting this fucking vaccine like it's the saving grace. Oh, thank fuck I got my vaccine last night. And he gets the fucking vid in the morning.
Yeah, he sent out the tweet saying that he's it's not that bad because he's got us shots. So, make sure you go out there and get vaccinated. Go fuck yourself. Like, enough with these fucking theatrics.
I can't see how people don't see through this bullshit yet.
Well,
that's all it is. It's just total bullshit. Anything that comes out of that tit's mouth is total bullshit.
Yeah.
He was just with that geriatric fuck over in the US doing something with him. Probably fucking talking idiocy about something. I wonder if that buffoon's going to get it now too.
I don't know, but it scares me that, like, I see what you're saying, like how many people are so stupid listening to him, right? Like, it's how so many people clearly see that it's bullshit, yet so many are just like hook, line, and sinker on this narrative, and I can only think that it's because, like, the news used to be it used to be a trusted source,
a reliable source of information at one point.
How would they steer us wrong? They're telling us what's what, right? And now all of a sudden news companies are going down, and now they're being now they're like supported by the government, and that should be like,
it's the only way they'll stay afloat.
Yeah, it should be like a conflict of interest. It's like, yeah, we're going to give you all this money, but just,
take it easy on the big guy.
Yeah, and just slide a paper and read that. And man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just becoming
what's he running
comical
from this time?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's like every time there's something he's got to face, it's time to let's get back in hiding again.
There's got to be like some.
Is it the Emergency Act's fucking inquiry coming up or something? Is that why he's fucking running?
Oh, sorry, he can't be present because
he's got the dose.
And you know what happens when they try and reschedule this? It's the next opening's not going to be for 4 years.
I hope that when it's time to vote, people throw this idiot out on his ass real hard and send a message to any future candidates that people are sick of this bullshit and they're not going to buy this narrative no more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too conspiratorial with it, but
I don't think you are.
It's just there's too many pieces falling into place that just signify the shit that the fringe are saying is correct. It's just, I don't know.
See, and
I don't know what to fucking believe.
All the talk right now coming from him is mis and disinformation and stuff, and that's like that's because the truth is out there. So he's got to. I think that's him on the defensive. Like, we have to be careful for this misinformation and disinformation. That's probably, I don't know, like, fuck, it's social media. There's not many places to hide, and there's disgruntled employees, there's whistleblowers, there's so many ways the information gets. Hookers, a disgruntled hooker didn't get paid. Still $4 short from that last blowjob. And now all of a sudden you're on CNN or
Yeah.
C-SPAN. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I wonder if he's gonna come down with the monkeypox next. Trudeau.
That's probably why these stories are leaking. Like, man, I need to work on something else. Guys, get on something. Monkeypox? Yeah, go for it. I don't care. What is it, a rash? All right, let's go with it.
And with the trust in the media now being at such a plummeting rate, I can't wait for when Elon takes over Twitter, and there's absolutely,
when is that happening?
I don't know. It's just fucking delay after delay. Apparently Twitter's fucking loaded with bots.
Yeah.
And I could see why. Probably every 4 days I get a beautiful Asian girl tries to add me on there, and suddenly there'll be a message come up, hey, you should try my trading platform. And it's all these fucking scammers, using fake profile pics and bullshit like that. So
meanwhile,
it's just
your
loaded.
Google search history is nothing but like Asian women. And it's just the algorithm.
Yeah. But yeah, once he takes it over, I'm really interested to see what comes out into reality that doesn't get the media spin. Like, what doesn't get downplayed? What's the real information that's going to be come out? And then you got these places like the CBC and other liberal funded media that always try to downplay these stories, or they just don't run the fucking story. But when you got however many real users there are on Twitter sending this fucking the links, how come you're not talking about this, sending it directly to CBC? I wonder if they're gonna fucking ignore the people when these big stories come out and they try to avoid them.
Do you think you'll even notice a change? Like if all the bots just disappeared today? I'm never on Twitter, but like, do you think you'd even notice?
I wouldn't. No, I just wouldn't get fucking spam fucking messages on there.
See,
which would be nice.
A guy that I work with, like he's like, like it's so weird. Like when I post a picture of like, say, my daughter, it immediately it gets a whole bunch of like interaction, a bunch of likes, a bunch of, like comments and stuff like that. But if he was to post something right after that, and it had to do with I don't know, like injustice that's happening with the government, and if it's deemed misinformation based off of the algorithm of Instagram, he might only get like one like it's like all the people are not seeing it. It's like filtered.
Yeah, that's the shadow ban.
Yeah. Like he said, it's like blatantly obvious. Like
and you can tell if you're shadow banned. I think there's a website. Yeah, I don't think there is a website that you just put your user handle in and it'll tell you right there if you are shadow banned or not.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty useful. I've been fucking blatantly abusive towards the PM on there.
Yeah.
And I haven't got shadow banned.
Just messaging everyone and anyone that will listen.
Well, usually when that idiot fucking makes a post, he'll get one or two bots fucking replying, oh, that's a great idea. And then there'll be fucking 10,000 messages of you're a clown and just emojis of fucking clowns telling him he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And just calling him a liar and pointing out the shit that he's trying to pull over people's eyes.
Do you follow him on Twitter?
No, no.
Okay, all right.
No, but I peep in on that motherfucker. I won't give him the follow, but I go on there. I go on there just to see the bullshit that he's trying to say, and I'll fucking feed it to him.
Follow.
Yeah, yeah. I let people know my disdain. I let him know personally my disdain.
Yeah.
And it's not like he even fucking reads the shit. I'm sure he's not laying in bed at night. Oh fuck, Jason Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Look how he feels about me. You know.
Well, or you're on a watch list of sorts.
Yeah, one of the two. I'll try to
Some-
go through airport security and see what happens.
Yeah, red flagged, but I'm vaccinated. I'm sorry. We need you to step into this room. I'm still waiting when I want to go to Cuba, and I can't because that crybaby of a prime minister is still punishing me for not getting his fucking government juice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all the unvaccinated. No one's allowed on a plane or a fucking bus, but we can all go to, any. We could pack a fucking stadium together, no problem. But they won't let us on a plane together. I just don't get it.
Yeah. I was looking at a couple posts from that buffoon Justin Trudeau, and when he's in Canada, he's always got the fucking mask on because he's got to fucking put on the act here. As soon as he goes over there, though, he doesn't have the mask on. He's fucking kissing dudes. He's fucking doing group hugs and shit, and no mask, and people call him out on it too. And then he'll come back. I think it was a Rebel News clip. They asked why he doesn't fucking follow his own advice when he leaves the country. And well, we as Canadians, we trust the science. We as Canadians, he's always like he's speaking like this motherfucker's speaking for me all of a sudden,
Yeah. Or it's saying that that they were basically the people voted him in because of mandates. It was like apparently that's what the talk was in the last election, and he was big on mandates and stuff, and he's saying that the people voted him in because they agreed with mandates. I just
when all this shit hit the fan, I was totally all for the lockdown. We had no idea what to expect. We're seeing these videos coming out of China of basically the zombie apocalypse taking place. Yeah. People fucking falling down flat on their face in public.
Yeah, and it was because of a bad batch of bat soup or something. The information back then was just like, what? It came from bats from a wet market? It was like, huh? And wait, there's a lab right beside that wet market that deals with this specific kind of virus.
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds that it was the bat that did it and not the entire building that deals with the virus? That's crazy.
Yeah. No, I know.
Oh man.
You couldn't make this bullshit up. You couldn't. It's like a bad fucking movie that know how it's going to end. It's so predictable, but we're living in it. It's like a simulation. Yeah,
this movie's not going to end until like 2025. It's going to be a long movie. Yeah, it's like he can do a lot of damage between now and then.
Yeah, and he has been.
Jesus Christ.
When was the last time you had to go buy gas?
Well, it's I mean, every couple of days I got to go because I do so much driving for work. So
$2.20 a liter in town. That's fucking nuts,
man.
Well, and I go to the res. I go to the res to get gas because they're only charging $1.75 there.
Really?
And that seems like a great deal now.
Right. That's not even a good deal, but it's now we're conditioned to think that's a good deal.
Yeah, it's
what was
crazy.
Gas before? It was like $1.20. I don't know.
Yeah, $1.20, $1.30. When it hit $1.50 last year, it was just like fucking what the hell. When they do that like weekend price gouge for like the long weekends and stuff, but then it went back down to like $1.30 and then eventually $1.20. But now it's just absolutely doubled the price. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thankful that I don't even have to pay for gas. It doesn't even affect me. It's all.
Yeah, I know. You're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's one thing that I've avoided. But everything else in life, food, skyrocket. Fucking.
Oh yeah. You go to the fucking grocery store, you pay $200 and you come out with 3 fucking small bags. It's
Yeah.
stupid. It's absolutely stupid.
Yeah. A pack of shit tickets and you know, a big ham.
I go on this conspiracy website. It's called Above Top Secret.
Mhm.
And it's not even so much conspiracy. Like, it's the shit really plays out. It's more like an alternate news place, because the stuff that gets posted on there, it's from people all around the world too. And people, they'll post their local news story, or they'll come up with like a thread for different type of topics and shit like that. But usually when it's like a breaking news story, it'll appear on there before it's even on the mainstream media. So I always go on this place to get any kind of news.
Mhm.
And I was flipping through there today, and I seen the most ridiculous article. I'm going to read this.
Okay.
And I'm not going to give my opinion. I want to see what your opinion is.
Shit. Okay. Read away.
All right. An activist law firm is helping a transgender Minnesota inmate sue the Department of Corrections, partly because authorities aren't letting the prisoner pursue gender affirming surgery. Christina Lusk is the name of the male to female transgender person who is incarcerated at the Minnesota Correctional Facility in Moose Lake, serving time for a drug offense. Lusk is suing the DOC with help of the Law Center, Gender Justice, seeking financial compensation and other objectives. Lusk is upset about being housed in a male prison, suffering harassment from the male prisoners, and being prevented from pursuing further transgender operations. Lusk already received top surgery.
Top. Oh.
Prior
For
to
real?
being jailed. Prior to being jailed.
So
Gaining-
you're telling me, hold on, let's just pause the story. You're telling me,
Get a little timeout.
let's just say that right now he's a guy in a guy's prison with a set of
Got
tits.
them tits.
With
Got
a
them
full
tits.
set of tits. Now,
And we ain't talking about like these fucking halfway boys that'll take the hormone shit, you know, to get those man boobs. We're talking, let's get those double D's, baby.
So and he's complaining about being harassed by the prisoner. You're not going to get away from that. It doesn't matter who you are. As soon as you go to prison, you're being fucked with. And if you got tits, you're being titty fucked with. So, oh man.
Yep.
Okay, go on. Let's hear.
So apparently Lusk has also consumed feminizing hormone treatments designed to produce breast milk and breast growth.
I wonder how long that's been going on for.
Prior to incarceration, Lusk was reportedly on the verge of scheduling genital surgery to conduct a construction of artificial vagina surgery. So the lawyers for this dude say that the client's situation is more of a human rights abuse. So do you think that the Department of Corrections, for the US folks, if you were a US citizen, would you like to know that your tax dollars are going towards Mr. Lusk becoming Mrs. Lusk with that puss?
Okay, well, first, I have a question. I would like to know, and it probably doesn't even say it on the article, but how long is Mr. Lusk going to be in jail for? And how long would Mr. Lusk have to wait for the actual appointment to be, I mean, you can't even see a specialist without waiting a fucking year here, right?
Yeah,
so
let alone getting a fresh fucking fake pussy.
That's I really would like to know how long the jail fucking sentence is.
So Mr. Lusk was charged with a drug crime and will be released in 2024. So
Fuck
he's
that.
got 2 years.
Fuck that. You know, take your I don't know, but I mean, I want how close was he? Because I mean, I'm sure that you'd have to do something for some period of time. You can't just one day just, you know, like, okay, I got my tits, now I'm just gonna make an appointment, get them to do the old fucking switcheroo. And
The old inside outer.
yeah. And I mean, there's a lot that goes into doing that.
Yeah, I can't see it being done in a fucking afternoon. You're just sitting at the kitchen table in the morning.
Is this
Fuck it, I think I'll get a clam.
I was gonna say nah, but he got the tits before he got to jail. Because I was gonna say, like, was this like, you know, something where, you know what, fuck this, jail's hard shit. I'm gonna get some tits. I'm gonna I can totally transition into a woman just so I can go to a woman's prison and be king. You know, like you know, we see what these transgender male into female are doing in the sports world. Imagine that force in prison.
Oh, fuck. You give Mr. Lusk a fucking prison shaft, unstoppable in the yard.
No, that's his shiv right there. He's remember, he's only getting the surgery just so he can go into a woman's prison and be safe and be top dog, because he's probably like built like, you know, fucking, he's just huge.
Oh, he's a slob.
Oh, is he?
I've seen a picture of him. Yeah.
So he's a slob, like overweight slob. Did he actually get a tit job, or is it like just full on fucking he earned it with like muffins and Big Macs?
Muffins and Big Macs, I'm going to say. But if you go on your computer and you pull up Christina Lusk, transgender, you'll see a picture.
Lusk.
Yeah.
Okay. And images. I see.
Yeah.
I don't think Christina should be in a woman's prison.
Nah. More sloth-like than anything.
Oh, wow. No. I don't know. She's got a fucking.
She's got nice hair.
I don't know. Yeah. She's got that Michael Strahan gap in the teeth.
Yeah.
I don't know. No,
it's ridiculous, isn't it? You got 2 fucking
2 years, man.
Buck up with your tits. You should have fucking thought about this before becoming a drug dealer. Getting them tits.
Yeah. That's probably the tits just to hide drugs for fucking smuggling.
Maybe. Quite fucking possibly.
I got to remove that image from my computer.
Especially if you were to die tonight and
oh my
Mr.
God.
Lusk is on your computer as your saves fucking history.
Turns out he was aroused by looking at transgender men. Transgender females, sorry. Fuck. No, I don't know, man. Like, it's such a touchy subject.
It is. There's going to be somebody crying about this. Like, we're even talking about it, I bet, is going to fucking trigger somebody about it. You know, and I don't give a fuck. Yeah. People could do whatever the fuck they want to do. Yeah, this going to prison, Mr. Lusk should have thought about that before living however he was living beforehand, doing illegal shit. And he should have known, hey, if I go to prison with these fucking tits, something can really fucking go wrong to me in there.
You don't want to have tits in prison. You don't want to be
everybody in there hasn't seen a pair and they want to see yours.
Yeah, you got a train run on you, just and man. No, like you did that crime. Yeah, Jesus Christ. You don't get to go to a woman's prison. This
Yeah, you
because
don't
of
get to pick and
harassment.
choose. Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's harassed.
Even on the outside, there's no doubt that he would have been harassed anyways. Probably not to the extent in there, because the dude's got nothing else to do when they're in there, so they're gonna fucking make him a target. But he chose to live that way. Sorry if his make believe fucking game doesn't fall into everybody else's same spectrum as his,
Yeah.
you know.
I just don't make me a part of your fantasy. Like
That's right. Don't
right, like,
expect me to be playing part of your
yeah,
fantasy.
like, okay, you identify as a fucking toaster, and your pronouns are fucking, like, there shouldn't be 37 genders. Where did this blow up? Like, I
Well, we're
don't know.
not biologists. We can't even talk about this shit.
No, man. Like, there's a man and a woman, and then whatever the fuck people want to turn themselves into afterwards. Like if I go to jail, can I just, like, if me, Mark, today went to jail, and if I just said, like, hey man, no, like, this is wrong. I identify as a female. I'm going to be going through all of the necessary steps, and all that stuff. Like, I should not be in a men's prison, and like,
And I want you to flip the bill for it.
yeah, right, because this is ridiculous that I'm being treated this way. Yeah. Man, I don't know. I think someone gave up somewhere, someone gave in somewhere, and you give someone an inch, they just take a fucking mile. And
Yep.
I don't know where it fucking happened, but
I don't know, but we see it play out with not even just this, but across the board with everything. It is that way. You give an inch, and then people are going to take a mile, no matter what.
yeah.
And yeah, and I personally don't give a fuck how a person spends their lives. But when
Yeah.
it comes down to me having to pay for your happiness against my will, or having to go out of my way to make sure that you're happy, no matter where you go, I can be put through fucking shit. That's no big deal. But because I don't fall into the same category as you, my feelings don't matter, I guess,
Yeah.
as long as you are comfortable.
Yes. Yeah. Say, like, you're starting up a company, right? And would you be upset if this company that was running had hired 75% women and only 25% men, because those people put in place were the best people for the job? Would you feel like this is unfair? How come there's only 25% of us dudes here? I want more guys around to fucking, or vice versa. Say there was, like,
Yeah.
75% dudes to 25% women. And it was based purely off of the talent and what they bring to the table. Not just like, okay, I need to have X amount of men, X amount of women, so many white, so many black. And like, you got to check all these boxes to show that
Yeah.
you're a diverse company.
Yeah.
Like,
The diversity checklist.
yeah, like, no, it seems like it's more difficult now, where you have to, like, you're not even looking at what they can do. It's
No.
it's like, oh, we'll just train them. Just get them in here. They check the box. Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes down to that, no, it should be the best person for the fucking job. Especially in my profession, it's a dangerous line of work,
man. Holy shit.
exactly. Yeah. I need to be able to trust that the guy working in my area, or
woman,
fucking driving the big fucking haul truck, is mentally capable of doing the job, and is not going to spaz out and fucking go a little crazy up in that bitch.
having a bad morning.
Yeah. Because he forgot to take his hormone pills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't affect me, I'm cool with what you're doing, Gary.
Yeah. Fuck. I thought our last fucking episode was going to get us canceled. Maybe this one will.
Yeah. It's just because it's what's
absolute
happening.
nuts. It's absolutely nuts that we can't even fucking talk about this without someone's fucking feelings getting hurt, but we gotta fucking play their game.
And there's
It's so stupid.
There's no hate. We have
no
hate.
none whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, we'll joke at the ridiculousness of
absolutely,
you know, trying to like, hey, I want to leave this Hard Knocks fucking dude jail and go to the one that you know, he probably thinks there's pillow fights and fucking no, I don't know.
Yeah, braiding each other's hair and shit.
I mean, they're winning all of the trophies. Like the women, they fought so hard for women's rights, and now men are taking that back,
taking it right back.
Yeah, like I'll be a chick and I'll fucking take it from you. You know,
I would like to hear a woman's perspective on that, because you make a very valid point. Women's rights, and it's not like that has been established for so long or anything. You know, it's still a factor in a lot of places.
Yeah, because what I'm seeing is like, okay, all right, we've had enough. Fuck women. Let's talk about this new group. And you know,
current thing.
Just a scattering of misfit toys that I don't know, that identify as all different types of things. There's I wish I had all those pronouns and things. Actually, I'm bringing it up. I want to know what people identify as. Well, okay. There's gender neutral pronouns and how to use them. All right, so there's he, she, right? So and then it shows the pronouns. I don't know if it's Zie, Z-I-E, and then S-I-E is another one, and then there's E-Y, whatever the fuck, and then there's another one V-E, and then another one T-E-Y, and then another one's just the letter E. I don't know what any of that is. There's Zysef, Hersef, Ursef, Versef, Tersef, and Msef. That's what they are.
Are you fucking reading something in German?
Zysef, Heichef, Eis feins right. Okay, so that's when you put it in. Okay, that was just reading for he, she. Okay, so that's just like the singular, right? So himself and herself is
6 hours later.
And this is so people don't feel hurt by being called a him or a she? Is that why we do this exercise?
I don't know, man. This is like, they would have to, like, someone would have to be like, hi, you know, which never happens in a conversation. Let's imagine we don't even know each other. And I come up to you and I'm like, hey, I'm Mark. Nice to meet you. And you're like, hey, I'm Jason. Nice to meet you, Mark. I'm like, hey, I identify as Zim Zer and this and that. Like, I wouldn't go up to you and be like, hey, I'm Mark. I identify as he and his, you know, or whatever, you know, like,
yeah.
Like,
how does that?
If anyone told me I identify as this, I'd just be like, okay, like, you know, like whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just
gonna
call you Jason.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll
but then
your fucking name.
But then I'm thinking, what if I'm telling a story, right? And it involves that person, and I can't say he or she or whatever, right? So then I have to like tell the story in you know, and then stop myself and be like, Zim saw them. No, not that them. I'm talking about them, the group of people. Saw them, and then this, you know, like, no, like, or, you know, would they just let it go if I was just saying like, yeah, man, she was there and fucking, you know, or sorry, Zim was there. Like, I don't know. Like, it's so new. You can't just all of a sudden say, this is how things work. There's 78 fucking genders, and you better remember mine, you know, or else I'm gonna write an article to the fucking news, you know,
and cancel your motherfucking ass.
Like, that's the problem. Like, I'm sorry that you know, you grew up feeling the way that you feel, but I'll just call you by your name, and I would expect you to call me by mine. And if I'm ended up telling a story and I get your fucking pronoun wrong, just let it slide. You know, it's all, you know, there's no malice. There's, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
don't make it out to be some fucking thing that it ain't.
like a good story. I don't want to have to, stop and fuck, sorry.
Fucking Google,
Yeah,
pull up a fucking list on Google and fucking go through the 78 fucking bullshit names.
Well, there's 5 types of pronouns. There's possessive pronouns, there's personal pronouns, there's relative pronouns, reflexive pronouns, identified pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, interrogative pronouns, and intensive pronouns.
And we're supposed to memorize this for 78 fucking different groups.
Yeah, we've got to learn gender fluid. Ultimately, anyone who identifies as gender fluid is a gender fluid person. I don't know what that sentence means. I hope it explains.
Well, what the fuck is that?
Okay, so often the term is used to mean that a person's gender expression or gender identity, essentially their internal sense of self, changes frequently. So you can go flip back and forth, oh, one day, hey,
You can't
today,
pick and choose.
but that's fluid, baby. That's like
the fluid life.
Yeah, man. That's like Bruce Lee shit. Be like water. Just fucking, they just kind of move with whatever.
Yeah, however it suits them at that point. That's called being greedy.
I think so. It's like, I want to have my cake and eat it too.
And then I'll have his and hers and Zims and Zems.
Them and them. But gender fluidity can look different for different people. It can look different for different people. Does that mean okay, so whatever it is that I identify as, they can go, maybe identify as a man, a woman, and then other exotic things that they want to, a songbird or something. I don't know if that's a thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope there's a songbird out there.
Yeah, right. And I hope she has a good voice, or he or whoever.
I was picturing a hot female being a songbird.
Right, because that's what we're conditioned. But I mean, it could be a large, overweight man, and
like Christina Lusk.
Could be a geriatric.
You know what, man? I am so thankful that I am not going through the school system these days.
Oh, you'd be slaughtered.
I'd be, exactly. Absolutely. And not only that is I don't fuck around with anybody else outside of just a couple friends, I don't go, I don't think I'll ever find myself in that situation when I got to be conscious about
growing club. It's a growing club. I'll just say that. Yeah.
I'm just too old to give a fuck these days. I'm not fucking 15 years old to be the cool kid to make up whatever. Oh, I'm a dandelion today.
Yeah, dandelion. I'm feeling
tomorrow
dandy.
I'll be a rose. Tomorrow I'll be a rose though.
Yeah, man. I'm all for whatever the fuck people want to do, but leave the kids alone, man. Wait until wait until they're old enough to make a decision. Wait until their brain is not, has begun to actually form. And it's I don't know. Like a parent saying that, oh no, my 3-year-old identifies as a girl,
that
cut that willy
shit
off and let's fucking
let's do her. It's fucking I don't know if we're even allowed to talk about this, but it's been in the fucking headlines so much. This fucking drag queen story time.
What's that?
It's where these grown adult men dress up as fucking bearded women and wear dresses and
I know about the drag queen community is big, but what is this the drag queen?
So libraries and schools organize this fucking shit that one of these fucking drag dudes show up in their fucking outfit and they read books to children. Little kids just gather around them like this is fucking normal.
What is this, just
while the bearded woman fucking reads a story time to them? And there was a recent story out of Milwaukee, I think. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to fucking get misquoted on it, but apparently dude that who is organizing this shit, or not organizing but funding this drag queen story time, his company was funding it, and he got caught with like child pornography and shit. And there's all these other fucking instances of the being vetted properly before being allowed around these children. It comes to light that, oh yeah, he's a sex offender, he can't even be around fucking children, you know.
Yeah, he was already kicked out of the priesthood, and now he's
Yeah.
throwing on a wig. And
yeah, he went to fucking jail for that, and yeah, he's
why are they doing this? Is
full union member now?
Is it
registered and everything? He's not doing it freelance no more. He's not freelancing. He's a union member. He's registered.
Certified. What was I gonna say now? Oh yeah, because I mean, you kept saying bearded lady, and I kept thinking about the circus, you know, like come in and see the bearded
that's
lady,
exactly what it's become.
Right?
Yeah. That's exactly what it's become, a fucking circus.
And now it's like, I don't know, I would love to see, I mean, I don't have kids, but I mean, I would love to see like a kid come home and you're like, oh, you know, where'd you learn in school today, kiddo? And I was like, oh, we had a book, what, a lady in a beard, or a man in a dress, or I don't know how the kid would describe, you know, a gen, like, you know, yeah, like I would like to see what their reaction is, and then I would like to see what the parents' reaction is, because
well, I'll tell you my reaction. I'll tell you my reaction.
You had it happen?
Not to that extent, but my oldest took my youngest down to the Pride Parade. You know, and they didn't really understand what the fuck it's all about.
But they like the colors.
Exactly. You know, you get to throw colors around and do all kinds of bullshit. I'm sitting upstairs the next morning having my coffee. It's like 8 a.m. My youngest daughter comes upstairs, and I guess while at this fucking parade, they gave out little hand fans. She comes up holding this hand fan, and it says, "I love liberal." She shows that to me as she's walking by, pretending like she doesn't see me. And then she flips it, and it is a rainbow fucking flag on the other side.
And it said, I love liberal?
Yeah. And then it's got the rainbow flag on the other side. And I'm sitting there having my morning coffee, and I just...
in a rage.
I had to hold it back, because I knew, like, I didn't know if she was fucking with me on purpose or just testing to see what my reaction was. But I yelled at her, "Where the fuck did you get that?" And then she ran downstairs, because they were trying to fuck with me, those stupid kids. They were doing it on purpose. But yeah,
that's my fear too, is that everyone that's trans, gay, bisexual, or whatever, like it's like Trudeau's got all of them in his back pocket, because he's babying them and fucking coddling them over, you know, everything. So it's, yeah, I wonder how many of them there are, because that's a lot of votes, and I don't know.
And you see, we should be allowed to freely talk about this shit and not feel like,
absolutely,
oh, you're gonna go to jail now, or whatever the fucking punishment is for having a fucking discussion these days. You know, it's fucking shit's just gotten so fucked up. I cannot believe that we're living in like this dictatorship society where if you don't go with the hive mind of this wacko weirdo bullshit, then you're the outcast because you think straight. You know, I just don't understand it.
I don't know.
I don't fucking understand it, man.
No. It's because it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. Not whatsoever. And I don't understand why it has to be pushed on people. I don't go around screaming that I'm straight and expect people to be fucking, yeah, let's raise a fucking flag for you. You know, I just live my fucking life, and I just want other people to live their life and not expect me to have to pander to them for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's selfish, I guess, these days. I don't know.
It's not. It's definitely not.
It's too much. Let it go.
Yeah.
But then again, somebody could be saying, well, maybe you should just let go of trying to be a man. You know, like,
yeah, but you're not.
I don't try to enforce it on nobody.
Yeah,
you know?
right. You're not trying to, all right, I'm going to teach you man shit and mansplain these, you know, like, no.
Yeah.
No, you don't have someone sit down as you lord over them and talk whatever rhetoric you're throwing out.
Yeah.
No, it's don't just leave the kids alone. That's the only thing. I just don't.
That's all I give a fuck about.
Yeah, once you're of age, I don't give a goddamn what you identify as. Just I don't know. Just identify as it over there, you know.
Yeah.
just yeah. I don't.
And if somebody fucking says something that offends you, whatever, man. Live your life.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to make an ordeal out of somebody making a mistake. No one's out to hurt you. You know, no one's out to hurt you.
Don't fly off the handle right away. You know, there's whatever happened to discussing. It just that always goes from 0 to 10. Fucking is
temper tantrum, instant temper tantrums.
I don't give a fuck about your side. I'm telling you my side.
Yeah, and you better listen. I'm Big Wanda.
A Big Wanda. Never met a Wanda.
No, I did. Big, like when you think of the name Wanda, what do you envision in your mind?
I don't know, like yeah, I would imagine a big woman, maybe works at the post office or something.
Oh yeah. Well, this Wanda, she didn't even have a job. She was Wanda Piper. Her last name is Piper. And this bitch, she would sit on her love seat like it was a fucking lazy boy chair, because she would just fill that bitch right out. She'd rock back in it. And she had such big ham hocks, these thighs, that she would even kick that fucking bitch back and rock the whole love seat. And that was her exercises. Them's my exercises, is what she would say.
Working them calf muscles.
Yeah, and then she had this real skinny husband named Peter. And she would make him go fucking do everything. He was like the bitch, like the dog. She treated him like a dog. Yeah. And I remember being a kid. I was probably 9 years old. And this isn't the trailer part. I was 9 years old. And I remember Big Wanda, she couldn't fit out her door no more. So she made Peter always go to the store. She couldn't get through the front door. They had to go out the back sliding glass door. She had to get that fucking sliding glass door, and Peter would have to take that bitch out.
Oh my God.
So Wanda can make it to her appointments, you know?
Jesus. I met a couple like that here in Thunder Bay, maybe like 6 years ago at another company I worked for. I had to set up a heavy duty bed for her. And she had and she's huge, and she had a real skinny husband, and he was right. And the only way I could describe it as, you remember in Star Wars with Jabba the Hutt, that little that little thing, that stupid little creature that's on his side or whatever, that was like them. She was like Jabba, and he was like this little, like, yeah, like she tried to blame me. She trying to say that accusing me of elder abuse. This woman.
Oh, really? On her?
On her, yeah. It was ridiculous. And there was, I was training someone, so there was a co-worker with me. There was an occupational therapist there, and when I showed up, at her request, she wanted all of this stuff moved before I built her this fucking big bed. and and got her husband to get me to move all of this shit. And so me and my trainee, we're not even supposed to do that, but because she was a difficult person, and there's been history in the past with her being difficult, I'm like, all right, she's never met me before. I'm gonna I'm gonna show her like how I do shit or whatever. So
Yeah,
I did everything she
tits.
wanted, right? And then I set up the bed. I was interacting with the family, the occupational therapist, making them all laugh, got that shit put together, then took off. Job well done, right? No. Like before I even got back to the office, she had called complaining that I'd moved her entire house around, and like I just took it upon myself to like do all this shit. And she was crying like elder abuse. And the occupational therapist, yeah, they were like, no, like this is ridiculous. So, but yeah, she reminded me of Jabba the Hutt. Like she just sat there, just like slumped over, like Misa
Tongue hanging.
Kupatha. They wanna wonga. Like,
Tongue hanging out of her fucking mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Elder
Oh,
abuse.
man.
Fuck that. Yeah.
Well, on that high note, let's wrap this one up.
How long has it been?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Long enough.
Yeah, we fulfilled it. I think we touched on enough fucking nerve subjects tonight. I think we did all right.
Have we made promises that it had to be an hour?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
We can do what we want. This is our podcast.